Hello everybody, welcome. I've just got a few pictures here I threw just recently, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of faceting the bottom section of the picture. Part of the reason I'm doing it is because I threw them a little bit heavier than I intended. Just wait for my neighbour to go by. Uh-oh, he's doing a reverse job. Yeah, I threw them a bit thicker down here than I wanted. So part of the reason is to lighten them, and I'm doing it in this decorative way. So join me for that. I'll just bring the camera in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this sometimes can work actually, and it can look quite nice. So I'm using one of these cheese cutters that I got at a yard sale. So I'm turning it upside down. I have to be a bit careful just as it's face down here. Alright, so we've got one more to do here. I've got a couple more here. I'll tell you what, let's just get this camera a little bit more down like that, and then if I bring it in a touch, just so you can see. Yeah, have a go at doing this. You want to do it when it's sort of leather hard, you know. Ooh. Be careful, because as I go up the pot here, it's getting thinner, you see, and just a couple more to do there. So, yeah. I'll just bring it back up again. I've got a couple of other jugs there, or three more to show you, and then I want to put some handles on them. If I'm up for it. If I'm up for it, yeah. So, just show you this one quickly, as it is so far. Don't worry about it if they don't all exactly the same. The height of these, I don't worry about it too much. All right, so these ones I've done. These ones I've done slightly differently. Which is basically, I've impressed my thumb there in the base all the way around, you see. So, yeah, I've got two more of those, same as this one. So, point of attachment, I'm just going to give it, just wet it a little bit on these two that are waiting. give that one a squirt as well. And that one. So yeah, I've got some handles I pulled here, which are under plastic at the minute. So yes, point of attachment right off the elbow here. You'll notice that these sticking out there, isn't it? And it's slightly, the actual top rim is slightly protected by that elbow. Alright, let's get a bit of water on here and score it up with my fingernail in the usual way. Like that. It's going to take the handle. Yeah. So just preparing the end here. Now just offering it up right opposite the pouring lip and apply some pressure there just to get it to stick and make that join. Alright, so the water pot handy here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip that in there. Now then, I want this handle to not come out of the side of the jug at that angle. I want this one to be a drooping handle with the lower section more rounded. So I'm already purposely you can see now this handle, you see, is forced down there, but it's more space here at the bottom. That means when you go to pick this one up, it'll want to pour more easily. It'll naturally want to just about get my hand in him. So just cleaning him off. And now I'm going to take off the tail. Just finish off the top here. Underneath. always with a handle there's a little bit of tweaking that you want to do, usually anyway. It's usually a bit of tweaking. Just take a little bit of water and just run your finger over it like that, just to freshen up the handle. Yeah. Now when he's stiffened off a bit, I might just add something to the handle, like some sort of, like a surface decoration. I might take a roller to it, or I might dig my thumbnail in and make marks. Alright, so that's that there. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different design than what I usually do. Well, let's try this one, do one on here. Prepare the end of the handle. Right. Line him up there, make sure he's dead opposite the spout. Apply some pressure and get that index finger working underneath and get the thumb working on the top here. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to take him to the vertical. Are we in the picture nicely? We should be, shouldn't we? Alright, so let's just I did some handles not so far back when I didn't really leave quite enough space here, so when they fired they shrunk down, you know, and then I found it was difficult to get my fingers in properly. Is he straight? This is the question. Very often they're not straight. Well, you think they're straight, and then you take a second look after you put them on, and you think, oh my goodness, what was I thinking of? Yeah, just do that a little bit. A little bit of gusto, you know? As if you're as if you're trying to impart some life into the pot, you see, with... Alright. Put him down here. I'll put him on a wear board actually. I like to work off wearboard when I can. Let's do that one there next. Okay. 1, 2. 1 and 2. Let's do this guy that you saw me do that faceting one. Alright, point of attachment, there he is. Scratch like that. And now take one of these handles. A little bit borderline, these are actually size wise. I think they're okay there actually. Just preparing the end of that. Okay, offer up the handle, make sure he's dead opposite the spout. A couple of fingers behind when you apply